Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. Now this is a Matilda, it's the tier 4 British medium tank and it's located on the west spawn of Westfield. And the commander of this vehicle is Targy. Now we were sent this replay by Zoe Balls and she's also in the same clan as Targy, the Royal Tank Regiment, and I think you'll find this replay quite interesting. And battle has commenced. Now what can I tell you about the Matilda? Well, there's two Matildas in the game, one of which is the Matilda 4, which is the Soviet version at tier 5, and this is the British one. It's a tier 4, but there was another Matilda which is not in the game, and that's the Matilda 1. That was a tank created during the interwar years which never saw service because it was so inadequate. The Matilda you see here is the Matilda 2, the second version, which was much more successful because it was the first to employ moulded metal parts or cast metal parts, which made it much stronger than other tanks. Now it carries the famous 2-pounder squeeze bore gun, and you can see that little John adapter at the end of the barrel, which squeezes the shell down and makes it incredibly good at penetrating heavy armour. In fact, it's quite lethal to KV-1s, which have got similar armour to the Matilda. Now, the armour on the Matilda is also pretty good. 75 at the front, 70 at the sides, and 55 at the rear. And the turret's 75mm all round, which means there's not a lot that can actually penetrate the Matilda. Not easily. Maybe a Lux with the autocannon can get through, but not a lot else. Maybe some high explosive shells. But anyway, let's see how he gets on. Well, we're already down 2 tanks. It appears that a lot of them, or some of them, have been taken out on the hill. In fact, there's only one tank, and he's just been killed on the hill by the enemy. And we're now down 4 tanks, so there's 4 ahead. And you can see that the tank's coming down from the hill to Targy's left. And he's got tanks behind him as well. And one of them's a Lux. And of course, that's very dangerous. Okay, now he's heading slowly over, looking for the tanks that are coming down from the hill. Now that 2-pounder is actually very accurate when dialed in and very deadly to the enemy, as I said. So I think he's trying to use the cover here to get shots at the enemy. Unfortunately, you might find it the slow speed of the Matilda, which is only 24 kilometers an hour forward speed. Very difficult to actually get up into that bush. So he's going to have to go around. Okay, now can he spot the enemy? Okay, there's the first one. T-29. That's Soviet premium that was given out by Wargaming. He's getting some nice hits here. One thing you can say about the Matilda shells, they tend to go through the target, but he took a hit there from the BT-7, who fires another HE round at him, but goes into the tracks. And then, oh, that more HE arcing in. He's auto-locked on. Now he's getting a shot in. One more. Oh no, he didn't get it there. And that's one. He finishes off the BT-7 Art. So he's got 2 kills now. And that T-29 is headed down into the valley. Now we've got a T-29 coming back of our own. Can we get rid of that T-29? Well, easy shot. He's not auto-aiming. Oh, he has now. Okay, this should make it easier because the shell fire rate of the Matilda is incredibly fast. And he managed to get rid of that T-29 with the help of his colleague in the other T-29. Now, where's the rest of the enemy? There's still 4 tanks down. And he's so slow going up these slopes. Now, he's got a fairly good view range. It's 330 meters, but this tank is so slow, really. It really takes a long time to get into engagements. Now, he's the only one holding back the enemy who are supposed to be coming down from the hill. But it appears there's only 2 enemy remaining out of that bunch. Or are they all massed at the other end? No, I think they're all massed at the other end. I think that's what's happening. All the enemy are now in the southeast corner of the map, which means now that Targy is in a bit of a pickle, because there's only 4 of it on his team left. Only 4 left, and they've got to deal with 10 opponents. We can scratch 1 because they've managed to get 1 back. It's 4 against 9. But it does look as if that T127 down in the valley is not going to last very long. And in fact, the other ones are dying. There's the Panzer 1C. He's gone to manual aiming. It's got a very fast fire shell speed, which means that you basically just point and shoot at the enemy. You don't have to lead the target at all. Okay, now he's got him tracked. No, he's untracked himself. Ah, now he's tracked again. Now he can finish him off. No. Oh, he's going to fire! Sadly, he's the only one alive. He's on for a Kolobanov if he can survive. This is going to be really difficult. Gets a good shot there. Very difficult when you manually aim, but the Matilda's very good about it in terms of the fact that you can actually just... You don't have to lead the target at all. It's just point at the enemy and shoot at it. Now he's starting to receive fire from the other enemy tanks. And we know that one of those is a Lux. I've got a VK down near the cap in behind those houses, and he finishes him off. Now Stug 3, and that's a dangerous opponent. He's just blocked a shot, a derp shot, for 350 hit points. Fires around in, gets a hit. And another. He's now on for the high caliber. Now he's still receiving fire from the enemy. Now he's locked onto that MTLS, but he is hiding behind the building a bit. Well, he's in the open now. You can finish him off. And he does. So, 1 against 6 now. He's in a very defensive position, but the thing is that he does have a fairly good position. He's high, so he can see the enemy, and he can use those hills, those ridge lines, to his advantage. And he finishes off the Stug B, which is a dangerous opponent, and now he's got a medium 3 to deal with. Now that's a tier 3 medium, in fact the tank directly behind this one in the tech tree. But it's still dangerous. And he's going to try and use the gun depression to take on this medium, and he does! And he finishes him off. Now it's 1 against 4. And 2 of the enemy are capping! They must be idiots. They're out in the open. And they're both T127s. His shells can go easily through the T127 like a knife through button. Finishes the first one off. Oh, good hits. Oh, and he finishes the last one. Now it's 1 against 2. Now, where are those remaining 2? One is the Lux. The other is the M5 Stuart. Now, the most dangerous tank is the Lux. He does have 3 kills already. The Stuart has 1 kill. And the Stuart is nearby. He's going for the cap. Another fool. There's the Lux. Okay. And the Lux, he's auto-aimed at the Lux. 1 shot in. 2 shots in. 3 shots. Oh, that hurt. 210 lost. Finish off the Lux. The Lux is reloading. He can't fire back. Finish him off. Yes! And he's got rid of the looks. Now it's just the M5 to deal with. Come on, Targy, you can do this. He's hiding behind the flag. Oh, what a mistake to make. And that's how you win a Kolobanov. That's amazing. 1 against 9. Oh, what a way to do it. 10 kills. That's a Pools medal as well. 20,427 on the win 8. That was an amazing battle. Well done, Targy. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. Well, it's an ace tanker for Targy of the RTR in the Matilda. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage. In fact, actually, he got 12 in that battle. He got a duelist for killing 2 enemies that dealt damage to him during the battle. A 5 for effect for dealing more damage than the hit points of his vehicle. A shell proof for surviving the battle and suffering more damage blocked than the hit points of his own vehicle. But here's the medals that he really wanted to get. The Kolobanov. He got the Kolobanov because he stood alone against 1 against 9 enemy and survived. He got a defender medal for reducing the points in the cap by at least 70 cap points. He got a cool headed for surviving at least 10 ricochets or non-penetrations in a row. A steel wall for blocking at least 11 rounds in a row. Excuse me. And 1,000 hit points in damage. And he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle. And lastly, he got the Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. But sadly, he won't get the Pools medal, even though he got 10 kills, because the Matilda is tier 4 and Wargaming do not allow an award of the Pools medal below tier 5. So sadly, he doesn't get that Pools, but he does get a set of medals which anyone would be envious of. That is a fantastic haul. So let's have a look at the team scores and just see exactly how much he did. Well, 2,324 hit points of damage. I think that's more damage than the rest of his team combined. He really carried them. He got 10 kills. Again, the highest number of kills in the battle. He got the highest base XP, 1,577, nearly 3 times what the highest player on the enemy team in the looks managed to get. And just that huge haul of medals. So let's have a look at the detail report. Well, he fired 64 rounds. He got 54 direct hits, 46 penetrations. Just goes to show those 2-pounder squeeze bore shells really go straight through their target like a knife through butter. He did damage of 2,324 hit points, of which 532 were at a distance of more than 300 meters. He received 33 hits during that battle, one of which was from the Stug 3B, which was for 350 hit points all of its own. He got 9 penetrations and 24 non-penetrations. He blocked damage of 1,262 hit points. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle. He did damage to 12 of the enemy but killed 10 of them. And he also did damage assistance of 92 hit points. He managed to stop 96 capture points, so 96 defense points were awarded to him, which means that he was just 4 points short of a maximum. And he did it all on the standard account, a non-premium account. 29,078 credits. After repair and ammunition resupply, he still had 24,941. I think anybody who'd had a premium account would be happy with that score. He received base XP of 1,577, but it was the ×5 weekend, so he actually took away 7,885, and it was well deserved. So fantastic work, Targy, and thank you so much indeed for receiving this, uploading this replay and allowing us to watch it, because it was certainly a lot of fun. The Matilda is a great little tank, and as you say, Lady Matilda still has it. Yes, definitely, and it's certainly one of my go-to tanks if I want to fire away and have a lot of fun at the enemy's expense. So, if you enjoyed this replay, and I certainly did in this one, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.